because everything's changing, it's time for us to start realizing that we have to change with it, right? We have to change with the new earth and the new world and the new energy field. So that's where we're going. So those of you, yes, I did it. Thank you. It's open now. Those of you on, welcome everybody. Those of you who are on Zoom, I just opened the chat. So the chat is open for Q&A. Those of you in Facebook, if you want to join the Q&A, it is a free. There's a link right in above in the Facebook discussion and description, and there's a link there. If you use all capital letters Pluto 44 and you click on that link to register, you can get in free, and then you can join the Q&A. It's my gift to everybody right now, and so I would love for you all to join in the Q&A and see what we're chatting about. So here's the thing. I want to get started so we don't run out of time. And at the end, you guys can ask whatever you want regarding holidays, traditions, all these beautiful topics that are coming up right now. That's what we're going to talk about. Okay, so let me just launch the call off, and then we'll kind of open up to Q&A and questions and topics coming up from there. I just want to start by saying good evening and welcome to the Truth Tribe. Those of you who are new, I'm Dawn Thompson, and thank you for being here. Those of you who have been with me for years, I love you all for showing up and truly committing to kind of pushing yourselves to the next level, to truth, to empowerment, to seeing your true selves, and how do we get to the next level of the new earth and the new consciousness states. We're going there. So you either can come with us or you will struggle a little bit, and you'll struggle a little bit, but that's okay. Okay. So just remember that you are all perfect exactly where you are right now. There's nothing wrong with you. I don't care what anyone tells you. There's nothing wrong with you. It's what you're supposed to experience. Okay. And remember that I love you all. Now, I'm going to start with a little truth about Dawn, and that I don't know if people are aware of it, if you know this about me or not. A lot of people don't know this about me. So a little Dawn holiday overshare, maybe. I don't know if a lot of you know this, but this may surprise many because of who I am, what I do for a living, right? But I could be a bit of a Grinch at the holidays, as I've never enjoyed the holidays. I found them incredibly exhausting, and I didn't associate them with fun at all, right? And so honestly, I had a very Grinchy attitude, if you were to, ask honestly. But it made me think about all of our habits that are surfacing for transformation through the last 2 years, right? And I talk about habits and discussions and all that. But so are our traditions and habits during the holidays. Those are coming up right now for review and discussion. So that's kind of what the big deal was, that I wanted people to understand that's coming up for review. And so I thought, okay, let's talk about Grinch, my Grinchy attitude, right, at the holidays. It's changing a little bit. Why? We're going to talk about tonight, tradition or truth, right? Is it something that we have to start looking at? Yes, on every minutia, teeny tiny level of who you are and where you're going into the new earth, into the new world, into the new truth of the future. Okay. And so we are officially, right, in the month of several holidays, basically. Let's just start at Thanksgiving. We're going to go to New Year's, right? So several holidays basically are jammed into 5 weeks of time, okay, and of all these different holidays that are showing up. And it's revealing our traditions, and it's also revealing the truth about some traditions that may no longer deserve to be repeated. So no matter how many times that you've done those traditions, you've got to start looking at it. Maybe we don't need to keep doing it. Oh, someone said like fruitcake. Maybe that's Grinchy of me, but I kind of like fruitcake. I actually love fruitcake. So many people right now are awakening to the holiday tradition trap, as I call it. Okay, and then they're questioning the truth of who you are at the core. Okay, so it's time to start asking, even now, why are we doing what we've always done? I want you guys to start asking that. Why are we doing what we've always done? I really want you guys to kind of think through this, because it's a big deal. All right. Does this person, tradition, place, thing make me feel jolly, or does it make me feel like a Grinch? Okay. Are you used to Grinch gatherings where everybody's angry and irritated and they're bitching about the holidays, right? And you just keep doing it, but it does nothing to raise your frequency, right? Or think about cooking. Are you cooking and cleaning and shopping and giving and self-sacrificing to the point it has been breaking you, causing you to feel guilty that you don't want to do it anymore, but you do it anyway? And you have guilt if you don't do it, if you don't bring them that one pie that you make special, that one potato, right? Are you decorating like crazy only to wonder why and for who, right? Is it an obligation you feel you need to do for others, yet it's not what you want? Okay. So think about, maybe can you show up at events, right? Or social parties or whatever they are that are filled with, think about what we're doing. They're filled with eating and drinking. Can you show up to them with grace and then just show up because you want to say hi and then leave? Or do you get caught in the glamour of it only to be let down? That everybody starts turning Grinchy after too much drinking, which typically always happens, right? Are you showing up with years of guilt and obligation on your heart at functions that you do not enjoy? I'm watching this, you guys, repeat over and over and over. So here we are being reminded of everything I've been teaching you for the last 2 years, 5 years even, all the boxes again that we see crumbling, and this is part of it. Okay, tradition is a box of recycled experiences. We are blind to the shackles that they're holding us back. All right. Religion is a box. Education is a box. Political boxes, health boxes, educational boxes. Your beliefs are boxed up, as well as the traditional boxes of functioning in the world at the holidays. This is what you do. And then we have those people who have the tradition of, I'm alone, I have nobody, I'm Grinch. And instead of going, wow, everybody has to get all stressed out and I can relax and do whatever I want, we're not seeing the truth. Now the question is today on this call, will you pick an old tradition or will you pick your truth? Now, an old tradition, I mean that you don't enjoy, okay? Or will you pick your truth, right? Tradition or truth is simply a tradition that holds like these repeating loops of beliefs and thoughts and paradigms that don't enhance your life, okay? Are you going to keep repeating in the repeating loop box, shall I say, right? A belief system that you learned and have repeated and recycled so many times. I'm sure a lot of you probably don't even know that you're doing it, right? So does enjoying connection, and I'm trying to make sure you guys understand this. It's not the fact that does enjoying connection with others and socializing and these holiday gatherings with love and unity change. No, I get what we're doing, right? None of that should have to change. But am I suggesting you get rid of, like people are like, oh my God, like, what am I supposed to do? Get rid of mom or grandma? Stop gift giving? No, I'm not telling you to get rid of mom or grandma. I'm not telling you to stop gift giving if you enjoy it, or put up your sparkly lights because they're pretty. Not at all. That's not what I'm saying. All right. I'm suggesting that you learn your limits, right? With any of these experiences, because they aren't supporting your truth, which throws you out of alignment with who you are, right? And so by limiting your exposure, you limit your self-sacrificing, you limit your energy and time. And I'm saying if the tradition drains you, it's time to review it. It doesn't even mean you don't experience it, but you're trying to go, how does this make me feel? What does need to change in that old, controlled, constricted belief that has gotten out of control with your money, straining your time, and exposing your insecurities in this small, short period of time, right? Like you don't have enough to do, go to work, take care of kids, take care of your health, right? And then it spirals all this overwhelm into addictions and then into poor health habits and overconsumption and overtime consuming cooking, right? For everyone to the point of exhaustion, and then overstimulating your emotions and then undermining your truth, right? So does this mean everyone coming together at these social gatherings in the next month are intentionally trying to undermine your truth? No, it doesn't mean that. But you guys have to remember that you are the one who has to change these traditions. And someone just said it again, or make a new one. Yes, that no longer serve you. And so some traditions absolutely bring you guys joy and they're clearly valuable. And then some are lacking joy and laughter, right? But we have to look at which ones we want to keep. Clearly keep the joy and laughter ones. Those are the ones that are invaluable. But it's time to deal with the elephant in the room. So yeah, a little bit, but it's time to deal with the elephant in the room of tradition, and more so the topic of faith. Okay. Not only do you celebrate your holidays out of your faith for your God or your source consciousness, whatever that is, most of these holidays are around a God. Okay. And so the new earth is going to request you, not whatever God that is. There's many gods being celebrated right now, holiday timeline. But the new earth is going to request that you evaluate the faith in yourself. Not just your faith in a higher power, but a faith in a higher power as well as yourself. What do you believe in? Because we've been damned down, suffered down, sacrificed so much. You've sacrificed yourself for a God, an idol, some deity. You've sacrificed yourself for the holidays that are stressed out. You've sacrificed yourself for people, for food, for things. And we are not having faith in ourselves about what's valuable. What is important to you? What do you believe in? That is truth. Because God is within us, yes. And ask yourself, if God is inside of you, if any of these things out in the world that you're doing, experiences, your spiritual beliefs, your traditions that you have believed your entire life, if they weren't true for you anymore, just a what if, okay? I'm just stretching you a little bit. What does your truth from your heart, which is where God is inside of you in your heart, what does your truth from your heart and your soul want instead? Because some people just want to sleep. Some people are tired. Some people want to stay in their jammies for a couple of days. Because the heart wants to love and be loved for where it's at and the truth about what it really is inside of you. Because we all want to be loved. That's what the new group consciousness, source, communal consciousness is going to flow into all of us, right? Do I believe we should have no boxes, no education, no spirituality, no leaders, no healing? Not at all. But I've seen it in meditations, in healing, in all the healing modalities I research out to. I've seen all the new quantum expanded, unboxed versions of all of them, including spirit, spirituality, quantum healing through plant medicine, for goodness sake. Same as all this medicine that's not working, there's plant quantum healing. All of these things are out there. And I'm hoping you guys can set your faith to truth and love from this weekend forward as your new faith. Because that's where we're going. It's hard to wrap your brain around it, but we're going there. And I also believe it's possible that many of you haven't considered reaching outside of your traditional box willingly. And now everyone is thinking twice about the things that you've repeated, or you are repeating, or you're about to repeat, right? Because traditions or habits are what are keeping, or what have kept, maybe leading you to being stuck and stopping you from staying, or maybe staying in your box, like stopping you from straying too far from home, or your box thinking, shall I say, right? So if you stay in the center or boxed imprisonment, think about this, an imaginary jail, box of imprisonment, right? And you hold yourself back from seeing your independence and power, it's a traditional habitual thought pattern. It's time to break. Okay. So this is no different than last week. I'm pretty sure last week we talked about it, or at some version we did, about licking the curb. Remember we talked about licking the curb of love? It's no different. This is no different than licking the curb from last week or questioning your traditions. Okay. Traditions don't stop you from including everyone into your loving reality and making new traditions, but it just stops you from participating in non-expansive experiences. We don't have to keep engaging in things that don't make our heart full. We have to stop people pleasing. And this is a big deal with traditions because it's in our faith, this is what we do and this is what we have, but you're realizing that some of these traditions aren't supporting you in a higher realm, in a loving realm, in a peaceful realm, in a healing realm. What if you don't feel well? You still go to the party, you still go to the event, you still eat poorly, even though you shouldn't be. It's not supporting your energy field, right? So I want you to think even bigger, like we have all these traditions. Oh, I feel guilty. What if you want to go to Hawaii, right? As your holiday gift, right? Go instead of sitting around over consuming sugar and alcohol and negative Nellies, right? If you want to order an entire meal, order it. Support a local business instead of exhausting yourself. Go for it. If you want everyone to this year, you're just going to get everyone a gift card. You're going to go to the gift tree. You're going to get everyone you know that you're buying gifts for a gift card, and you're not going to overthink the gifts this year. Go for it. What if you want to make just 3 batches of cookies, put it in some Ziplocs, put a little ribbon around it, and that's your gift? Go for it. You guys, stop self-sacrificing in the name of tradition that no longer works. Most of them don't work. Traditions that no longer bring you joy or spending your energy with people who do not want to grow with you is what you're being asked by the universe right now to evaluate. Okay. This doesn't make anyone who still enjoys old traditions wrong, and it doesn't make all the old traditions wrong at all. It just makes you question the tradition. Is it your truth anymore? And the truth is, it's time for all of us. All of you guys are warriors to step out of the freaking traditional boxes and start living your badass selves with what brings you joy. Because when you're in a joyful state, you're a whole different badass level, right? And a lot of you have traditionally done, or whatever a lot of you have traditionally done, right? Your whole life, a lot of you, it's no longer going to make any sense. And it's completely up for review, okay? And so tonight's call, you guys, is prepping you for your traditionally repeating experiences that are about to appear through any holiday doctrine that you celebrate. Because again, remember, we're all celebrating different doctrines, okay? So any holiday doctrine that you celebrate within the next 4 to 5 weeks, I want you to ask yourself, would I choose to eat, drink, believe, engage, or spend my time or buy this gift if it wasn't this date or holiday event? Right? Because I find it fascinating when all the other times of the year when people are lonely or sad, why aren't we doing it then? And why aren't they saying, you know what, this is really sweet and amazing. Skip Christmas. Don't get me anything Christmas. This was amazing. We're not moving it and spreading it entirety. We're just doing it as a little timeline, and then we're feeling guilty that we can't step up. A lot of people are tired or unwell. Enough. So I want you guys to ask yourselves, is this, whatever it is that we were just talking about, is it still your truth? And if not, what would you choose instead? Cool? Okay. The reason I'm bringing all this up is because we're going to hop right into the planetary update of why this is coming up. You guys know that the planets are supporting all this shifting going on, right? So today's a big day, guys. Today is 12/12. It's called the 12/12 portal, and it's opening up a portal that is going to last till the December winter equinox, which is on the 21st, 12/21. Okay. And so this equinox is a power manifesting time right now. Okay. And it's setting you into kind of a portal, an opening, shall I say, a window of endings of unbalanced things. Unbalanced things meaning traditions, boxes, stories, faith, beliefs, thought patterns that no longer balance you, no longer give you clarity, okay? So it's a really big portal of completion, and it's the best time to release all the finished lessons that you're like, I don't want to do that anymore. I learned it. I'm good with it. I want to have this. This is my new truth. Okay. So the planets are assisting this habitual traditional repetition crap to start being seen and going, yeah, that doesn't work anymore. Because what has also been happening, I told you for the last like 3 or 4 months, I shouldn't say that, throughout the last year, the planet Saturn is in the sky, and the planet Uranus are in the sky, right? Or in the universe, in the galaxy. And they are literally sitting at a perfect square to each other, okay? And because they're both sitting at this degree angle, they're making a square. When angles are like that, squares are very strong and they're hard to move. And so what was happening is the planet, they're fighting each other. Whenever they're sitting at a square angle, they fight each other, okay? And so what happens is Saturn, okay, so Saturn and Uranus, when they're squaring each other, think of Saturn as ruling the old guard, the old hierarchy, the hierarchy of the top-down systems, the top-down structures, all like government, all corporations, the boss, the group, kind of like that. One little one and a big base at the bottom, okay? King, right? The entire hierarchy of the king and the monarchy. All of those systems are ruled in Saturn energy. But then we go to Uranus energy over here, and they're fighting each other. So Uranus, the planet in Uranus, rules freedom and community and breaking rules and the maverick of the future and revolution and science and space. So one wants freedom to go and expand and connect in community with all of our, tribe. And the other wants to just be the boss and tell everyone what to do for them. Okay. Guess what's happening? It's going to start breaking apart. Well, because of that, this is breaking open. And what's happening is because it also rules space. So the galactic is up right now. The galactic center, the space, science, all this kind of stuff, off-world beings, as you would call it, spirit, entities, Palladians, all different kinds of energies that we would call off-world beings, are going to start appearing more and more in the coming years. They've already appeared, but a lot of people just aren't ready to see them. They're already here, right? But so you've been seeing, because of Uranus, which is the community, the coming together, you've seen people all over the globe, right? Starting to come all over the world and break free from the hierarchy and come together as communities, okay? So what I want you guys to understand is December is insanity with breaking the old guard, breaking the old traditions, breaking the old rules. And so the end of December, this square is breaking apart, and they're stretching apart where they won't be squaring each other. And so the angle won't be as tight, so they won't work anymore. So Uranus, Aquarius energy is going to break free, bringing forth more truth about the old traditions and the way of life and how they do not work anymore. Okay. So energetically, astrologically, you guys, the astrology says we are moving forward. I told you this 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago. No one believed me. They kept thinking the sky was falling. I told you the boxes would burn. I told you religion would end as you know it. Spirit and God will never go away because God is inside your soul. It is pure unconditional love. But the boxes of control saying you're a sinner, bad, sufferer, no. That's gone. Those are traditions, which is why I want you to make new spiritual traditions, okay? So the astrology says we are moving forward even more so in about a month from now, from the 22nd through January, and at January, about January 22nd, all the planets in the sky are in forward motion. We have 0 retrogrades, which is so cool, right? So it's been very visual. You guys have been watching this globally with all the community uprisings of groups, as well as locally. There's been some too, right? So this shifting from the top-down control to grassroots, community, tribal connections, supporting each other in healthy groups. Okay. And it's going to take some time for this. Just keep moving, right? But it's going to take some time for this to keep playing out, but it's going to keep playing peekaboo with you for the next year of expansion until you see a total collective, loving, connected new earth continually evolving into the next 5 to 10 years. It's not going away. We're going to keep growing together. We've discussed also last week that Pluto's move into Aquarius, that's assisting this. So this is part of this transformation of the old tradition control to the new loving support of Aquarius. So I could keep talking planets all night long about where we're moving. So the astrology is helping us with this. So if right now, when you think through all this, if you focus on allowing old controlling traditions to end that don't need to be there anymore and shift yourself into a new faith, a faith in yourself with ease, like is this easy? Does this make me feel good? Right? It will be more gentle in this transition because Capricorn is going to enforce that. Right? So, by the way, I'll remind you in a little bit, but we will not have a call on Monday as I will be traveling. I will be on an airplane, but there will be a recording. Why? Because next week is the 19th. Okay. And so there's a new moon coming on December 23rd. And it's also in Capricorn right after the winter solstice on Wednesday, the 21st. Okay. So there's that 12/12 to 12/21 portal. And it's a super moon coming up on December 23rd. Why is it a supermoon? Because when the moon is a supermoon, it's considered a supermoon when it's closer to Earth, right? It's closer to Earth than it normally is. And so it makes it brighter, okay? But the reason I'm bringing this moon up already, because we're going to pass through it as of next week, 19, then we have the 21st, then we have the 23rd, okay? It's going to sit this new moon in Capricorn right after this winter solstice in this portal of manifesting who you want, what you want your new traditions to be. And it's at 1 degree of Capricorn. Now there's 30 degrees in every constellation. And when it sits at 1 degree of Capricorn, it means it's at the first degree of 30, which means it's new beginnings, new foundations, new development, new foundation of security of who you want to be. There's also going to be 5 planets in Capricorn, and it's about manifesting and building because Capricorn and Saturn rule long term. What do you want to manifest in this next week? I shouldn't say that. The next 14 days. Focus on what you want to manifest for the long term, my friends, because that's what's coming. Okay. Now, if that just wasn't enough, all right, you want more? There's more. Jupiter, okay, up this full moon in Capricorn. It's at 1 degree. Jupiter is also sitting in the sky at 0 degrees at that same time in Aries. In 0 degrees through 30, Jupiter is going to move back into Aries. It has, and it's sitting at 0 degrees. Jupiter is the planet of individual self-worth and expansion. So it's supporting it right now. These 2 planets are at a wide angle supporting each other. And they're saying, hey, let's expand our planning for the long term, right? And this was also set this way 12 years ago. So this is a degree that these are settings that we can look back in history and go, ooh, when did this happen before? Wherever you were 12 years ago, I want you to go, where was I at this timeline? December 19th, right? December 12th, December 21st. Where was I on December 23rd, 12 years ago? Right? Because whatever began 12 years ago is exposing and coming to the surface for your review with new refreshing habits about that start point to expand you. Okay. Now, don't get me wrong. All of you are going to feel this, right? But if you have a sun or moon or a rising sign in Aries, you're especially, or as well as a Capricorn, sun, moon, or rising, those 2 signs are super going to feel this energy, right? Especially if you have an Aries energy, right? You're very much so going to be impacted. The rest of you are going to feel it, but those Aries people are going to feel it for sure, okay? So guys, the astrology, the sky, the galaxy, everything is supporting you. All right. In a nutshell, the planets, the galaxy, the world is moving from old traditions, top-down structure. This is what you do. This is control. This is exhaustion that you're going to have to live through of suffering and survival mode, to this expanded groups and connection and quantum healing that bring you joy and freedom. And so right now we're dissolving all the boxes of restriction, and traditional boxes that do not raise your worth, raise your value, are now up for grabs. Okay. Everybody here, tap into your thymus, tap into your chest. If you have to do this for the next 14 days straight, you're going to do it. I am courage. I am love. I am truth. Tap it again. I am courage. I am love, and I am truth. Your challenge for the next 14 days, can you watch traditions that you no longer want to carry on? Do you judge them? Do you critique them? Do you criticize them? No. You just review it, let it play out and say, this probably isn't something I want to continue carrying on. But because I would like to have a better tradition that's full of joy, I will replace it. What would that be? So tonight in the Q&A, I'm going to open up for the next 10, 15 minutes. Who can share traditions that you are already finding that you no longer enjoy and it's time to reset? Those of you in the Zoom, I would love it if you would start popping in here and giving me some traditions that you have caught or are seeing towards yourself or others or your family or friends, that you're also noticing traditions, that even food that you used to eat, and you're like, I don't want that anymore. I don't want to eat that anymore. Or are you always the one cooking, right? And you don't want to cook anymore. You just want to enjoy people. What is it? What are those traditions that you're noticing coming up and you're like, wow, it is so time for me to reset that and try a new tradition? Because I think it would help others when you start seeing that these traditions that we're playing out aren't encouraging. Okay, let's see. Someone said spending time with my parents out of, oh, this is a good one, out of obligation, but not because they bring me joy. I'm going skiing this year. Oh, you take me with you. I want to go too. That is so awesome. So I've been doing the same tradition myself, is trying to push myself during the holiday of skiing because it's where my happy place is. So good for her. We're both going skiing. I love it. That is awesome. And I love the fact that she acknowledged the word obligation, because we feel obligated and we're not, because we can still see these people at all these other times. You have 364 other days of the year you could go say hi and spend time with them when you're not so stressed out. All right, next one. We caught not wanting to decorate the entire tree with every ornament and divided it into 3 categories and shrunk to one theme. Oh, I love this. I love this. And now we rotate the boxes and there's less time, less to put away. This is my point, you guys. So you're already seeing it because I brought it up. I did the same thing. I just put a bow at the top. Everybody's like, you got to put a star, you got to put all this. And I didn't. I just wrapped some ribbon, had a bow, stuck the bow up there, put some ribbon, threw bigger ornaments on, so I didn't have to do little ones, just like her. I didn't even think about the rotating. I wouldn't even keep them. I have this box full, and that's what goes on there with this ribbon. That's it. So we can still have these excitement and pretty things that come out, but I love this. We didn't even decorate the whole tree. Any of you ever thought of that? I think that's brilliant. I've known a lot of people who started doing that, of cutting back on how much work they do for themselves because it's not fun afterwards, right? All right. I think this is coming up for a few people. It says, what if it's a good tradition? Can we edit it so it's better? You know what's so funny about this comment? I'm not suggesting that you end every tradition. I'm suggesting that you look at the ones that give you Grinchy vibes, right? So like this drains my energy and it's no fun. So why am I still doing it? That's all. Change that one, right? People just just want to plan. That's it. They don't care what the tradition is. They just want to plan. And so a fun plan might be the thing you replace. So what that is, depending on how much fun it is, may become your new tradition, right? My husband won't put the outside lights anymore unless he has help. See, this is awesome. I love it. Tell your husband, brilliant. He wins the Truth Tribe Award tonight of changing that tradition. Unless someone comes to help him or they do it for him, he's not doing it. Again, there are, by the way, businesses and companies out there that do that. And so maybe you support a small business. That's what they do at this holiday season. They'll put up your lights. Okay, so someone says, so funny. I was thinking of taking my kids skiing for a few days. My happy place too. Oh my God, all my skiers are on the call tonight, you guys. I love it. Not feeling the pressure from my sister and mom about getting the perfect gift. Try to just find something thoughtful. Absolutely. And make it small. Don't overdo the wrapping. Don't overdo all of that. Go find something that you would love and that you know anyone would love and give them that. Right? I think it's those things that we keep forgetting, that what would people love? It's exhausting. And I want you guys to wake up to this, because this is going to diminish year after year after year. And why not be the first person out the gate? Why not be the first person to start changing the way things are done? I'm not saying don't end it all. I'm saying just try a different way. Try going skiing with all of us. These are all ladies, by the way. All of us ladies are going skiing. You guys are welcome to join. Okay, cool. I love it. You guys, good points, good comments. Let's see. This is funny. I felt Grinchy for a long time too, because I never enjoyed Christmas coming from divorced parents. Woo, this is a really good one, you guys. Let's see. Okay, so let me comment this. This is huge because a lot of you, I'm going to comment on the next one. You guys are bringing in a lot of great comments here. I'll bring them up as they come in. All right, so this whole divorced parents thing, you know, I mean, there are a lot of families that are going through that, right? And so this is a huge comment that someone brought up. I had the same experience, right? And I never judged my parents, but we forget, right? We forget about what it does to the family, the kids, and I'm just bringing up kids, but I had the same experience. I was never lounging and enjoying the holiday. It was never fun for me. So I was very Grinchy. It's probably why I'm the Grinch at holiday. My husband's trying to squeeze it out of me, but he's still got some work to do, right? But I was either working as I grew up, right? But packing, I always had to pack and move to a different home. Just when I got relaxed, then it was time to go again. And then just when I got somewhere, they were already having a party or doing something. It was always coming and going for me, right? And so this is a lot of households now. It's a lot of my clients now. There's a lot. We have this discussion a lot, not just for the holidays, but for all holidays, all spring breaks, all summer vacations. This is especially because everyone gets so tight on these traditions, right? And so the households forget about the people feeling it. And so we forget to ask the kids and others what they want, right? My kids never had rules on when, you know, when they went back and forth or set in stone times. There was no set in stone rules. So they weren't stressed out. They just enjoyed their time wherever they were, whatever they wanted to do. We do this as parents. We do this to parents. We do it to siblings. We do it to our friends. We do it to our kids, right? We have a lot of rules wrapped around these holidays that aren't necessary. I want you guys to open your mind to that, because this is a big deal. There's been that so many people are in blended family relationships now that it is really hard. And so I really want you guys to understand this is a big deal, to pay attention. Yes. Give the gift that is an experience that you can share at a later date that you know the recipient would love, such as a concert or a theater tickets or a mini getaway. 1000%. This is like amazing perfection answer. And this is what I always did for my kids. I'm like, no big deal. We can sell it. We can open gifts. My kids love me because I'm not a big, like, it's the date tradition person. So I let them open the gifts like 3 days early, which everyone's like, that's illegal. That's not tradition. And my answer was like, give the gift, give something that they can enjoy at a different time or different experience. So I'm right there with you. But I just want you guys to be very cautious and pay attention to how we're impacting others, right? Someone said, someone's loving my intermittent fasting, finally feeling better through this holiday. I would too. I love that. All right. We stopped traveling back east. So this is someone who lives on the West Coast, or actually here in Arizona, for extended family every year. And it made our family, our local family, matter more and feel more connected. Now, when we go back there, it's very special instead of expected. You guys are absolutely right on the mark here, right? But we're all looking, I want you to look at all the traditions, like even the food you make, right? So I ordered all of Christmas dinner, so I'm not doing a doggone thing other than a few things. And then the rest of it is complete organic. Now, most people wouldn't think about that, but they're easy things to do, right? Someone says eggnog still brings me joy. It brings me joy too. And believe me, I will be drinking the same thing she's drinking because I love it. It's one of the downfalls. Pumpkin pie and eggnog, the rest of it I really could care less because I don't eat sugar. So I have to keep it limited, but I'm not going to lie. And then someone else brought up earlier, she brought up the thing that most people can't stand. I love fruitcake. Isn't that funny? So see, the Grinch is eating the nasty fruitcake that nobody liked. I was that Grinch. So anyway, if you haven't had fruitcake, try it again. You might like it. But anyway, I'm not going to continue on this call too much longer. I just wanted you guys to start going and thinking past these traditions that do drain you and ask yourself, is there a better way? Is there something else that would bring me better energy, that would make me feel better, that I would enjoy this time a little bit more? You have to go inside. Okay, guys? So here's a little housekeeping for all of you. By the way, next week, we will not have a live call, but I will sending you all out an email. So check your email. I will be doing a pre-recorded call because it is this December 23rd, this new moon in Capricorn. So I will revisit that a little bit, and the equinox or the winter equinox 12/21 date. Okay. So I am traveling. I'm moving my daughter to college on that date. So I will be in an airplane. So I'm not going to be able to technically do it. So I will be emailing you all out check your email, and there will be a link there to click on it. And it'll take you right in. If you are not a member of the Truth Tribe, in order to listen to this, you have to be a member to go on to ideserveitnow.com and log in and listen to the uploaded call. If you're not, you all get free if you were on, this is those of you who are on a temporary, my free gift through the holidays. This is my Christmas gift to those of you who are on the Facebook call tonight. Pluto, all caps, Pluto 44. Will get you into the Truth Tribe call, and you will be able to log in just to the Truth Tribe dashboard. Spiritual warriors who are in the warrior pass, you'll have to log in there. Both of you will be able to log in and get the link and listen to a recorded call. But FYI, no live call, so I will cancel it and let you know. But they'll all be on your dashboard. You'll be able to get it there. We will reconvene on December 26th, so the day after Christmas. As well as a new chapter. New chapter of the book is coming on Monday. The email with a recorded call will come on Monday. And then we will reconvene. If it didn't go out, yes, there is a new chapter, chapter 6 today as well. We will reconvene on December 26th, the day after Christmas. And we're going to talk about all the goodies that went down, right? To see how well you did with tradition. All right. You're going to see emails for chapter 6 that came out today. Go log in on Warrior Pass. If you're not a member, log into your Warrior Pass membership and go read or listen. They're good stuff coming out. And then last but not least, all my new courses are live, right? Just go to my website, ideserveitnow.com, go to tap on events at the top. And the Consciousness Creator Coaching is live. You can sign up for it. There is limited. I will only allow a limited 20 members to sign into that call for 12 weeks. IDI Academy One Day Live is also live. So if you want to kick out 2023 with a bang and you have not done my private coaching, log in, bring a guest, whatever you'd like. Renewing relationships as well as parenting using the Zodiac is coming as well. But they're on there. All good stuff in the new year, my friends. I am super excited. It's going to be a great, great live call. So someone's asking next week. Yes, there should be a new chapter went out today, and there will be a new chapter going out next week on Monday. Everything's happening as it should. You just won't have me live on Monday. You'll have a recorded me on Monday, but I will still be there and you will still be able to listen and get all the details on that call. Okay. So if you're in the Truth Tribe and you're a member, make sure you email me the info if you're not logged in or part of the Truth Tribe on Zoom, and then we'll get you set up so you get the email. Okay. All right, my friends, feel free to reach out if you have any questions. That is all for tonight. I thank you guys for joining me tonight. I wish you all brightest blessings for this upcoming week and weekend, and I will see you soon. Happy holidays, brightest blessings, and I will talk to you soon. Take care. Have a good night.